Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing. We got here a shithouse advisory watch. It's a race to the shithouse. Gold's not in that. Gold's not going to the shithouse. But Bitcoin. Getting very interesting now. Oh, hold on. Garbage I just ate. That didn't taste very good. But we got a shithouse watch between Bitcoin and the Dow Jones. Who can get to the shithouse first? At one point, it would seem that Bitcoin would never be that. I mean, it was twice the value of the Dow, right? But Bitcoin's down 51% or so at current price, and it only needs to go down another 94%. Yeah, about 94% to get to the top end of the shithouse, which is at about about just under $2,000. So about $1,800 price starts the shithouse in a 94% fall. And its second competitor, the Dow Jones, as you know, Vincenzo's been telling you, this thing's going to roll over because it's in a massive rising channel from the COVID pump, from the unprecedented money printing. And we already have that initial target of $21,208 after it breaks out of this rising wedge. You can see it beautifully. And it's threatened to break out a few times. Once, hit it twice, 3, and now 4. It's threatening to break out of it again. And we've told you up here, just like we diagnosed, sniffed out, and detected the Bitcoin topping, we said this has in a rising wedge, you'll often notice a rising top, as we are right now, as the buyers or the bulls are being exhausted and the sellers or the bears are taking over the market, and the price is going to come down. And in this case, it's immediately going to come down to the 200-day moving average. Once it breaks that, right, it's going to hit the moving averages, and bam, it's going to be down there really quick. And then the targeted move out of this is the bottom of the wedge, which is $21,000, right, in our race to the shithouse. Right, and well, the Dow will be worth more than Bitcoin for the first time in a long time. But then if we zoom out even more, that's right, if we zoom out even more, you can see we have a much bigger rising wedge. Oops, we got to go to our industry exclusive perching tool. You can see right there, major uptrending upper resistance. Wrong one. Since that one that we just showed you, the rising wedge, is the COVID pump from the Fed. This one that we're showing you now is the Fed pump since the very beginning, and it's a massive Fed-induced rising wedge pump, right? And we got to make this a color where we can see it, right? And we've hit it multiple times. This is a 2-decade-long pump. You can see this is back in 2015. You go even deeper, right? This one only starts back here in 2012, but this goes we need to go to the other one. This is where it's at. Bam. So then you can see our much longer, bigger rising wedge, and this actually should be going this way. All the way back since we started pumping and manipulating interest rates. You see that? Look at that. Get that motherfucker back there. Get that out of there. See that? Look how big that rising wedge is. It's going to actually be down there. You can see this is a multi-decade. Since 1994, the Fed started manipulating the stock market. And then now we have a more recent COVID pump. And here, we're going to make white to make it look different. See that? So we're going to break out of the COVID rising wedge. And that brings us down beautifully at the bottom of the wedge with the top of this now upper support of this 2.5-decade long rising channel. And we're going to come back on this. And you're noticing the rising top right here, the rounding top. And then your blow-off top now. This is going to break this. That's the Fed pump right here. This thing would have rolled over back here, but the Fed pumped all of this up the last 18 months, and now it's going to come unglued. And it just so happens as we zoom in, when you break out of this Fed-induced COVID rising wedge, it's got a back test now, and it's going to fail to hold this, and it's going to fall back into this decade-long channel, 2.5-decade long, and it's going to quickly, once you break in with our industry exclusive drawing tool, you're going to break back down to the lower part of this channel, which is all the way down at $19,000. And from the current price, that's already a huge, with our industry exclusive measuring tool, that's already a 43% fall. And the start of the shithouse in the Dow Jones is, remember, in our race to the shithouse between Bitcoin starts at 1,000 or 1,800. The Dow Jones starts at 4,300 or 87% down or 31,000 points, right? So 31,000 points down or 88% crash down to 4,000, 4,300 starts the shit house in our race to the bottom. Or Bitcoin, who will come first? Bitcoin's race to the bottom is a 93% crash or $30,000 down to 1,800. The shithouse starts. We'll keep you updated. This is a race to the shithouse. Bitcoin versus the Dow Jones. It's going to be a phenomenal race the next 12 to 18 months as these both enter extreme bear markets in a depression that's going to set in, an inflationary depression. Like, subscribe, and share.